Hello, I'm Dr. James Bogash, expert in health and longevity and creator of Bogash Life and Balance. And today we're going to talk about a topic I have broached several times before, and that has to do with the power of intermittent fasting. And the bottom line, something we've known forever, is that calorie restriction without nutrient restriction, meaning your 1,200 calories a day comes from broccoli, not a Big Mac value meal, is really powerful for extending lifespan in mammals. Some people have even gone as far as saying that extra calories shortens lifespan. It's a pretty powerful statement, meaning we're eating our way to a quicker grave. It's not too far of a stretch if you really think about it. But the bottom line is we take in way too many calories, and any variation that we can do to cut back on those is generally a good thing. However, if not done properly, you can actually kick your body into the wrong types of modes. And so that's why it's really important to go about these the correct way with some degree of supervision. Just skipping breakfast doesn't constitute fasting, is really the bottom line. But this was a really large review looking at 130, it was 11 meta-analysis looking at over 130 randomized controlled trials. That's a big chunk of studies to look at. And there's a lot of variation. They really looked at 4 different categories. There was, first of all, the Zero-calorie Alternate Day Fasting. So in this approach, you would have no calories one day, and the other day would be ad-libitum. So basically, you're eating whatever you want. Another approach was the Modified Alternate Day Fasting, so that you have on one day not 0 calories, but very low calorie approach, so maybe up to 600 calories, and then an ad libitum on those other days. They looked at a 5-to-2 ratio, so basically eating for 5 days, fasting for 2. Not a bad concept. It reminds your body that it needs to always stay efficient. So it's a really easy way to remind that. And then my particular favorite, the time-restricted eating, where you're eating for a modified period or for a shortened period of time during the day to really keep insulin levels low and allow the body to heal itself, the immune system to kick in. And there's a variety of different versions with that. One of the things I've always said with time-restricted eating is that we need to be, just skipping breakfast is not time-restricted eating. It is very clear that eating earlier and stopping earlier is a better option. For me, whenever I've done this, it doesn't work well into my lifestyle. My day is kind of shifted. I don't usually get home from the office. If I go train in jiu-jitsu, I may not get home till 8 o'clock. And so I've used techniques to keep myself in fasting, like cold brew coffee with heavy cream or coconut oil, MCT oils, to keep you in that fasting stage, but to really curb the hunger. But the bottom line in this study, this review, was that they found that these are effective approaches, and we really need to clarify them and understand that these are tools. But we have, in medicine, we just have never really looked at diet as a tool, and which is just crazy, because almost every condition we look at has diet and the foods we take in and the calories we take in as the major player in outcomes. And yet that's the one tool that we don't look at. It'd be the equivalent of like firefighters not actually addressing the fire, but hey, let's see what we can control. And that would obviously be a ridiculous, ludicrous approach to take to firefighting, but that's essentially what we do with medicine. We don't have any tools to manage the problem. We're just dancing around the edges, trying to make fixes where we can. But all of those ultimately fail, which is why so many of our deaths are related to chronic disease. So really, I just wanted to put out this particular study and reviewing the whole concept of intermittent fasting and reminding you that it is a very viable option, if done correctly, to manage weight, control inflammation, and especially to control blood sugar swings. So, as always, I'll post a link to this particular study in the description. Make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who you think needs the information, and subscribe to the channel.